On today's episode of Faction Motorsports TV, we are going to show you the process of swapping bell housings. If you, let's say you had a KA and then you bought a SR swap. That light is way too bright, dude. Thanks. The lights! All right. So you bought so you have a KA24, you bought SR swap, but the guy told you this transmission is blown. This thing is shredded. Don't use it. Well, good news. You don't have to find another one because you have a 240 that's manual already. So here's what you can do. So what you're going to do is, this is the bell housing. Now you know. You could split this bell housing or take it off the trans and put it on the other one. The bell housing is the only piece that needs to be matched to the engine for these engines. So basically what we're trying to say is the transmissions are the same, the bell housings are different, we got to swap them. Let's see how you do that as Chris leaves.
He's over this shit.
Chris just got a delivery of Vienna sausage. Can't leave home without it. All right, what will you need for this job? Is this it?
Pretty much.
You need RTV? No? You just gotta go to Faction Motorsports, your one-stop shop for all things Nissan. And you can get these two gaskets. We keep them in stock usually. Yeah, so now we're gonna watch Chris do this. Well, Chris is already taking he already took the SR bell housing off. This is it right here. This is the old transmission. This is the bell housing. So now what he's got to do is take off the KA bell housing so he can put the SR bell housing on that. Because the owner says this transmission's bad, so. Yeah, what you want to do with this is up to you, but we got to swap these. I mean, you could throw that out, you could get it rebuilt. All right, I should probably explain what these are. So you do have to take off the cover, right? Yeah, in order to take the bell housing off.
Well, some people are just going to swap the bell housing. I go the extra mile. Well, you can see it better on here, Malcolm. Right here is the only thing that's holding the tail end to this middle carrier. There's just one little roll pin. Once you take that out, you can slide this off, clean everything properly, then reseal it.
So you do need RTV.
Yes.
Well, you know it's also on Faction Motorsports.
RTV.
It's not in stock, but not that garbage. Come on now. We also have Nissan gasket maker on our website, available for purchase. You can get everything you need.
OEM.
OEM. All right. Shifter, front cover for transmission.
Okay, just be careful. There is a.
So you just go, and then you're good. Sound effects not included. All right, let's get this going.
Oh, there is one more piece. Oopsies.
What? The seal. Let's find out if we have that seal. Action! Well, there's a time lapse of Chris taking apart the SR trend, so play that now. And we're back. Now it's time to take apart the KA transmission.
All right.
So how do you go about this?
First things first. Obviously, you want to make sure your throwout bearing or release bearing and clutch fork is removed. And then this front switch that's in the bell housing, you want to take that out just to make your life a little easier. And then here, kind of hard to see. It's pretty dirty in here, but you can see that this is the cover. You're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 12mm bolts out, and then behind that is going to be a couple snap rings, a little washer, I guess, and then that's it. And then that front cover should slide out.
Good time to upgrade that pivot ball.
This would be a good time to upgrade that pivot ball to the
Do we have that?
Nismo one. These 12mm bolts.
That's it. Nismo pivot ball. We should probably call a customer, ask him if he wants that.
Yeah, why not?
Get the bolts out. Next thing you want to do is I'm going to knock this out. If it's not loose already, take a little mallet. This slides out. Just keep in mind that this little washer or shim goes on the non-seal side. Goes there. Then you got snap ring here, and then you have an outer snap ring. So that's your first snap ring. Then there is a flat washer or shim. Not really a shim. Actually, it might be a shim. More of a washer though. Come on.
How do you remember where everything goes?
How do I remember? I lay it the way I take it out. Or you do this a few times and you kind of remember. Alright, so you take the first snap ring, the washer. Now, you want to take out this outer snap ring. Okay, outer snap ring. And now this is practically free. The next thing to do would be to, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Holding the transmission together.
8 transmissions. I mean, 8 bolts.
8 transmissions. Good time to change your sensors too, and I also believe I have all of these on the website.
Okay, that's all the bolts. I would be careful. There's a spring right there.
And it's gone. Little dowel pin. Gotta get pressed out. Okay.
Once you get
Aren't there 2 dowel pins in there?
yeah, there's an inner one, there's an outer one.
Yeah. And then your pry bar gets, or your punch gets stuck. Yep. This is the fun part. There's an inner dowel pin and an outer one.
Voila.
They both come out,
And they fell out.
and they fell in the hole. Gone forever.
Let's come off. I mean, it should just come out now.
There it goes. She's free. Can you tell me what this does, sir?
Yeah, so this is a transmission. You see, these things here are the, I guess you could call them the shifters. These are what connects to the shifter over here. Then you got your synchros right here. You see these little things?
You got that right, though.
That's your synchros. Chris just told me.
Oh. Now what, Chris?
You gotta clean it.
Oh, your favorite
You can put the
part.
whole thing in the parts washer.
He's free.
She's free.
Free at last.
Okay. Mm.
That is a transmission.
Oh. Yep. That's the transmission there. All right, Chris cleaned everything. Cleaned both sides of, what would you even call that? Some kind of plate?
The carrier.
Carrier? Some kind of carrier plate thing.
Sandwich plate.
Sandwich plate. Clean both sides. Put some RTV on here. So now we gotta put the trans on. You might want to get a buddy for this, so he can watch you do all the work. I'm going to give you some support here. Well, oh, you gotta go back. Oh, no. Make sure the shifter assembly stuff is in. Yeah, it was the output shaft. That's it.
I'm just gonna tap this down before the RTV dries.
Something to take note, since we just ran into an issue before. You want to make sure before you put this in that your shifter forks, what I'm going to call these things, I'm no trans expert, but you want to make sure that these are lined up and these can slide in and out pretty easily. Because if one of these gets jammed up or something when you're putting this on and you can't find neutral, it's going to be a problem later. It's always something. I want to get it over here. You got your dowel pins here. They're going to line up. Takes some persuasion, but it finally goes on. All right, make sure these are tight, and then bolt it up. Also, Chris ended up putting this on before the bell housing went on, so just make sure the shifter is all connected and make sure it goes to neutral. That way you know everything's working before you put the bell housing on. You always be stressing some shit, but you know you're gonna find the answer. I was gonna ask you, how many times have you come into a problem with a car and you didn't solve the problem? I know of one.
There's one that's haunting me right now. I'm talking about a Mercedes I worked on. It's a diesel engine.
Well, okay, we're done with the conversation. You're not a diesel tech.
14 foot-pounds.
14 foot-pounds. That's loose. That thing's gonna come off. One clutch kick, that bell housing coming right off. But that's what the factory asked for, so that's what we're gonna give them. Should be running soon.
Are you ready?
Yeah. All right.
Hold on, let me just take this off.
Everyday carry.
Lay me down.
All right. Step 38. You're gonna put that little spring back in there.
Don't forget the spring. I actually don't know what it does.
I was gonna say, I don't. Well, you got the OEM gasket in there.
Anyone curious? I don't think anyone's ever going to torque this down, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
It's 14 and 22, but I'm going to do 14.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So another thing you gotta keep in mind is KA and SR transmissions have different connectors. So you gotta look at your harness and see which one you're gonna need. You're most likely gonna need, if you're putting SR in, you're most likely gonna need the SR connector. So you're gonna have to take this sensor out, or switch, as Nissan would call it, and put it in the transmission, the KA transmission you're using. Some of them are on the bell housing, so you can just use those. And if you're missing any, we have them on our website. Gotta get that old seal out. Any way you do that is up to you, but it's gotta come out. 'Cause that thing, oh, the customer actually told me too, that seal was pissing oil out.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So it's a good thing we're doing that. Also, he decided to go with the Nismo clutch pivot ball that is available on our website. Old seal out.
Just breaking this real quick.
New seal going in. Guys, if you don't know, we have a podcast. Check it out. Spotify, Apple, well, YouTube, it's on there too. All right.
New seal. Flat side. down towards the front of the cover. All right, that's good. Just gonna put a little bit of lube here.
This is the stock one. These tend to snap. I don't know why, but they snap. Probably because of all the stress that the fork's putting on it. So Nissan made a hardened one.
What is the torque spec, sous chef?
37.3 newton meters to 41.2 newton meters. Done.
All right, now get these snap rings back on, and then we'll be able to put the cover back on with the new seal. All right, snap rings are done. Now, don't forget the little crush washer here, or shim. Then obviously the gasket. You don't want to use RTV. And we're just gonna carefully slide this on. Make sure that shim doesn't fall off. Come on. There you go.
If you're putting a long extension on something when you're torquing it, I would go to the greater of the two numbers. They usually give you a
Range.
ranged. So I would go to the further one because you're going to lose the torque with that extension.
This is being torqued down to 15 pounds.
15 foot-pounds.
Yeah.
Or you could just take that with a gun and you'd probably be fine. to be honest, but we have to do this because we got to look legit, so. No, Chris does like to torque everything, but realistically, you really don't gotta torque that one. Depends on how good you are with the ratchet. All right. All right. Well, that completes our video. The bell housing swapped, so now we can use this KA transmission on an SR20. And all your seals are done. All your gaskets are changed. The sandwich plate is resealed. The sensors are gonna be, I don't even know if we showed that, but sensors, we're gonna reseal those. That's it. So put your clutch fork in, throw out bearing, and yeet it onto the car. And then you're done.
Yep, eat it.
All right, guys. See you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe.
Say bye, Dave.
Say bye, Dave.
Bye.
Salute.
God help me.